So it's been sweltering hot in Los Angeles the past few days, and I don't have air conditioning. So, not been sleeping that well, not getting as much exercise as I'd like, taking pretty solid hit to my productivity. And so I have reasons to grouch if I wanted to grouch. But obviously that's a lousy way to approach your life. Nobody likes to be around a grouch. It's no fun being a grouch. And having a grouchy approach to life, it doesn't put you in a position to take advantage of opportunities and to enjoy your day. And when you're not in a happy place, other people find you a drag to be around. You're not as productive, and your life just kind of shrinks down. You just see fewer possibilities. You get fixated on what's not working. So, who wants to be a grouch? So, one of my favorite weapons against grouchiness is I love to keep a gratitude journal. Just love to write in my journal everything that I'm feeling grateful for. One of them is that I drive a luxury car. Love it. This is my first luxury car, and it's just so much fun. It's powerful, it's fast, it's safe, it's quiet, smooth. Just move the steering wheel and whoom, tap the accelerator, take off. I love where I live. Love being in Pico Robertson, the heart of one of the two hearts of Orthodox Judaism in Los Angeles, and it has a whole different vibe than the other major Orthodox Jewish community. Pico Robertson is it's much more modern, probably much more upbeat, not quite as religiously serious by and large as Fairfax La Brea. Come on, buddy, let's go. I got Torah to teach. So I love where I live. I love the beautiful view. I have a lot of space. And I'm near all the kosher stores, kosher restaurants, Orthodox synagogues, near my friends. It's a branch of the Los Angeles Public Library. Right beside Beverly Hills. There's a great park, and there's the Beverly Hills Public Library about a couple of miles away. So I just start listing off everything that I'm grateful for. Like, I'm grateful for my neighbors that are very rarely loud and disruptive. I'm grateful for my YouTube channel, the opportunity to share my ideas with hundreds of people and make some money at the same time. I'm grateful for my clients, for earning a solid income, tickling the old 6 figures for the first time in my life. Grateful for my 12-step programs, my sponsor. I've got a terrific psychotherapy center just a little over a mile away from where I live. I need psychotherapy. So I've got terrific physical therapists close to where I live. If I got the old aches and pains that I can't solve myself with my activator, and I have not had to go to traditional physical therapy in the past 1 year, 1.5 years. So that's awesome. I used to have to go on a regular basis for plantar fasciitis, but I found a tip for an exercise to do in the New York Times, and so my feet no longer trouble me. That was an on-again, off-again problem since year 2000. So that's countless doctor's visits, physical therapy visits, acupuncture visits, thousands of dollars in expenses. Problem's completely gone. Just know the exercises to do every day. Problem's not likely to return. So it's important for me to make a list of all these things that I'm grateful for. And when I do, it just immediately picks up my mood. Like, oh, yeah, this is awesome in my life, and that's awesome in my life. And I love these supplements that I've found that give me an extra boost and help me digest better and help me sleep better. And so I found supplements, and I'm grateful for my friends, many of whom live nearby. Grateful for my shuls. I go to several different synagogues, and I love being part of my Orthodox Jewish community. I love the opportunity to be of service. I volunteer a few hours a week, and that feels good to be able to give back to the Orthodox Jewish community that's taken me in and adopted me and made me part of the tribe. So I like being 52. I'm in good health, accumulated some wisdom on how to live, and pretty much every day I get up and I look forward to the day. When I go to bed at night, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. That's my definition of happiness. Do you look forward to tomorrow? If you look forward to tomorrow, you're happy. If you don't look forward to tomorrow, you're not happy. A lot of people say, I don't know what happiness is. There's no definition for happiness. I don't understand. It's just amorphous. It's to me, it's very concrete. Do you look forward to tomorrow? If you look forward to tomorrow, you're happy. If there are things that you want to accomplish, ways that you want to grow, things you want to develop, things you want to learn, things you want to give, things you want to share, new experiences, new challenges, you want to take on all these things, that equals happiness. So one of the things that I do regularly in my morning routine, and the first 2.5 hours of my morning is just mapped out. Don't take in any news, don't check my email. I just, first 2.5 hours is devoted to getting spiritually right for the day ahead. Getting physically right, so I'm free in my body. You don't see me with a lot of weird tension patterns or a lot of constriction in my movement, disabling compression patterns, or just limbs that are stuck or stiff. Because I take care of myself, particularly in those first couple of hours of the day. And part of my morning routine is to talk to people in my various 12-step programs. And sometimes we just exchange gratitudes. Call someone up, you don't have a lot of time. She'll say, well, give me 3 things that you're grateful for. And that can have an impact that goes beyond just writing them in my journal. Like sharing them with someone else and hearing her reaction. That's important, getting out of isolation. Like under-earning, deading, these are diseases of isolation, of vagueness, of failure to connect. Like all good things in my life have come through my connections to other people. All the greatest stories that I've ever written on my blog, pretty much they've all come from connection with other people. They've tipped me off to something or given me insights, or just by the process of talking back and forth with them, I've achieved clarity or insights that I then wanted to share. So pretty much all good things, or paychecks, or money, or love, or human connection, or feeling of community comes through other people. So I connect with other people before I get started on work. We share gratitudes. We share action plans. What actions do we want to take today? And for me, those first few hours of the day are most important because my willpower starts running down as the day goes on. By 10 a.m., I don't have the willpower that I had at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I get a little boost in my willpower after I eat, but 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon is not as strong as it was at 9 or 10 in the morning. And by 7, 8 p.m., I'm pretty much ready to start winding down on the day. So anything I want to get done, most difficult things, I need to tackle them first off, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. And sometimes I find it helpful to talk to an action partner or someone in my program about the things that I want to accomplish. And particularly things that I'm struggling with. There are still things such as learning technology that cause me anxiety, rage, and despair. That's my typical reaction to having to learn new technologies. So I find it tremendously calming to talk to other people about this problem or anything like that. I just like talking to other people about the 12 steps, about the tools in our program. It gets me more excited about my 12-step program if I can talk to other people who are similarly committed. And there's a frequent saying in 12-step meetings, you want to stick with the winners. So you can usually tell the state of somebody's recovery by the sound of their voice. If they're hesitant, if their voice is strangled, if their voice sounds tight and small and tiny and frightened and fragile, usually that means they're not in a good place, and usually it means that they're not working their 12-step program with a high degree of commitment. So, as you would expect in 12-step programs, you'll find a lot of people who are depressed and whiny and just looking to vent about their problems. You don't want those people as action partners. You don't want those people calling you up and I've had people call me up and say, I don't know how to buy a car, or I have this problem with my skin, or I'm getting bullied at work, and I'm having frustrations in my relationships, and I can't get this woman to go out with me. And people will take up my time with all these things, and so I got to be very clear that that's not what we're about, particularly in the morning. This is not a gripe session. This is not a moaning session. This is not a grouch session. This is a session to share gratitude, to share action plans, to share how you're working the program, like it's commitments to action, and it's commitment to the 12 steps, the tools, the program, the community, to the way of life of recovery. That's what I want to get first thing in the morning. I don't want to hear people's problems that they're stuck in, because for most of our problems, if our problems were our problem, we just solve them because we're smart enough. I got an IQ over 120. I'm smart enough to solve my problems if my problems were really my problems. But my problems aren't my problems. They're just symptoms of deeper issues. They're flashing hints that I need to work my program with more diligence. They're symptoms of my refusal to turn over my whole life to God. They're symptoms of my refusal to, I'm going to turn over my love life to God. I'm going to turn over my sex life to God. I'm not going to do anything sexually that God would not endorse. I'm going to turn over my work life and my earning life to God. I'm not going to earn money in any way that God would not endorse. As long as I conduct myself the way I drive, the way I speak, the way that I think God would endorse, then I don't seem to get into any trouble. I get along with other people. I don't have gratuitous conflict, and I stay out of feuds. I stay out of rage and resentment, and my life just goes smoothly. And so when I run into trouble, it's usually when I'm not turning over part of my life or all of my life to God. I'm just acting on my basic instincts because I'm scared. Because I think, now I'll give my sex and love life to God, but as far as my desire to trigger other people and the things I say, as far as comes to making jokes, that's just for me. I don't have to turn over my desire to provoke to God. Then obviously I'm going to run into trouble. If I think, I don't need to turn over my earning life to God, I've got this sorted out on my own, then I run into trouble. So one of the things I do is I often carry around 12 steps, 12 tools, 12 traditions, and just look at them. Like, go back to step one. Realize that my love life is out of control. That whatever it takes to make sound choices in the realm of romance, that power does not reside within me. And I can just look at my history of failures in that regard. Okay, I need God in that respect. Or I can look at my checking account balance and see that whatever power it takes to create prosperity, that power doesn't really reside with me, because when I do things my way, it doesn't seem to work out. Or if I'm feeling lonely, particularly lonely in a crowd, I can think, wow, whatever power it requires to get along with other people and to live in peace and harmony with my community, that power does not reside in me. I have to ask God for help, and I have to surrender my own best thinking.